Have you ever wondered what life is like in the most isolated nation on the planet? Welcome to the enigmatic world of North Korea, a country that stands as a testament to mystery and intrigue in our ever-globalizing world. This East Asian nation, officially known as the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, is a study in contrasts and contradictions. North Korea's geopolitical position is no less intriguing than its domestic policies. Bordered by powerhouses like China and Russia to the north and facing its democratic counterpart South Korea, across the heavily militarized, demilitarized zone, North Korea has managed to carve out a unique, albeit controversial, place in international politics. Despite the heavy sanctions and diplomatic isolation imposed by the international community, North Korea's resilience and determination to survive have been nothing short of remarkable. The country's isolation extends beyond its political boundaries. It is a world cloaked in secrecy, where the state controls the narrative and outside information is tightly regulated. This isolation has given rise to a society that is unique in its practices and laws, some of which may seem strange and bewildering to those of us on the outside. In North Korea, laws are not just a set of rules to govern societal behavior. They are an embodiment of the state's ideologies and the guiding principles for its citizens. These laws, some of which we will explore in the upcoming segments, often reflect the state's need for control and the preservation of its unique identity. But before we delve into the peculiarities of North Korean law, it is essential to understand that these laws exist within a broader context. They are a product of the country's historical experiences, its political ideologies, and its ongoing struggle for survival in a world that often seems hostile to its existence. Now let us reveal some of the most interesting and peculiar laws in North Korea. As we pull back the curtain on this enigmatic nation, prepare to be intrigued, shocked, and perhaps even amused by the world that exists within the borders of North Korea. Imagine living in a place where your every move is governed by laws you may find peculiar. Welcome to North Korea, a land where the unusual is usual and the ordinary is extraordinary, at least in terms of its laws. Let's take a journey through some of these laws that might seem strange to us but are a part of everyday life for North Koreans. First, let's talk about haircuts. Yes, you heard it right, haircuts. In North Korea, there isn't a sea of hairstyles to choose from. Instead, there are only a handful of government-approved haircuts. For men, there are exactly 10 styles to choose from, and for women, the number is a bit more generous at 18. But the rules get stricter as you age. Once a woman hits her 40s, she must cut her hair shorter, in line with the belief that long hair can drain nutrients from the brain. Now, let's switch the channel to television, or rather the lack thereof. In North Korea, you can't just flip through channels to find your favorite show. There are only 3 state-run channels available, and they don't operate 24 hours a day. The programming predominantly includes news, documentaries, and propaganda promoting the government and its leaders. Western influences are strictly prohibited, and internet access is heavily restricted and monitored. Moving on to elections, you might be surprised to find that North Korea does indeed hold elections every 5 years. However, there's a catch. There's only one candidate on the ballot, and voting against this candidate isn't exactly an option. Voting is mandatory for every citizen over the age of 17, and the ballots are not secret. The elections serve more as a census and a show of national unity than a democratic process. But what about music? Surely people can enjoy some tunes? Well, not quite. In North Korea, you can't just listen to any music. Western music is considered a threat to the state's ideology. Instead, music must be approved by the government, and often includes songs praising the country and its leadership. It's also worth noting that in North Korea, there's no such thing as religious freedom. The state is officially atheist, and practicing religion can lead to severe punishment. These laws, while unusual to many of us, are an integral part of life in North Korea. They give us a glimpse into a world that operates on very different principles and values. They remind us that our everyday freedoms, like choosing a hairstyle or flipping through TV channels, are privileges not enjoyed by everyone around the world. So the next time you're deciding on a new haircut or browsing through Netflix, remember that these simple freedoms aren't universal. In a place like North Korea, they're governed by laws that might seem peculiar to us. These laws might seem strange to us, but they are a part of everyday life for North Koreans. What happens when these unique laws are broken? Well, let's dive into that. In North Korea, the rule of law is not a mere suggestion or guideline but a strict dictum that shapes the lives of the citizens. The consequences of breaking these laws are severe, and often unfathomable to many outside its borders. Consider this. The act of simply questioning the government or its policies can lead to dire consequences. In many societies, voicing one's opinion or engaging in political debate is a cherished right. But in North Korea, such actions can result in severe punishments, ranging from years of hard labor to, in extreme cases, capital punishment. It's not just political dissent that's under scrutiny. Even seemingly benign actions, such as watching foreign movies or wearing jeans, can lead to severe repercussions. Imagine living in a world where the clothes you wear or the entertainment you enjoy could put you and potentially your family in grave danger. This is the harsh reality for many North Koreans. Laws in North Korea are strictly enforced and the justice system is far from lenient. Courts are generally biased towards the prosecution, with defense lawyers often facing an uphill battle. Trials are typically swift, and the accused are often presumed guilty until proven innocent, reversing the common legal principle found in many other countries. Moreover, the punishment often extends beyond the individual offender. In many cases, the repercussions are felt by the offender's entire family. This practice, known as guilt by association, can lead to entire families being punished for the actions of one member, adding another layer of fear and control. The severity of these consequences serves a purpose. They create a culture of fear and compliance, effectively stifling dissent and promoting obedience to the regime. The consequences of breaking laws in North Korea are severe, further emphasizing the strangeness of these laws to outsiders. It's a stark reminder of the vast differences in personal freedoms and legal systems that exist around the world. Despite these strange laws, North Korea continues to intrigue the world. A paradox in its own right, North Korea stands as an enigma, a puzzle that the world is perpetually trying to decipher. The country's isolation is as much a part of its identity as its unique laws. A hermit kingdom in the truest sense, North Korea has managed to remain largely separated from the global community. This isolation, however, does not diminish its global impact. In fact, it enhances it. The world watches with bated breath, each action, each declaration from the nation, carrying a weight that is felt far beyond its borders. It's this isolation that feeds into the paradox. The less we know, the more we want to know. The fewer glimpses we get, the more we yearn to see. The more silent they remain, the louder our curiosity grows. North Korea's enigma is amplified by its silence, its isolation, its uniqueness. The nation's laws, unusual and stringent, add another layer to this paradox. They are a reflection of the country's unique culture and governance, a mirror into a society that operates differently from much of the world. These laws, as bizarre as they may seem to outsiders, are part of what makes North Korea North Korea. They stand as testament to a society that is fiercely independent, that values its traditions and its ways, that refuses to conform to what the rest of the world might consider normal. These laws, in their own way, are a declaration of sovereignty, a statement of identity, a symbol of resistance. And so the world continues to watch, to wonder, to question. The paradox of North Korea, its isolation and its laws, only serve to fuel this fascination. The enigma deepens. The puzzle becomes more complex. The curiosity grows. The strange laws of North Korea serve to deepen the enigma that is this isolated nation. Even as we grapple with understanding, we remain captivated by the mystery, the paradox that is North Korea. So, what have we learned about North Korea today? We've delved into the enigma that is North Korea, a place that perplexes and fascinates in equal measure. We've navigated the maze of unusual laws, some of which might seem strange to us, but are nonetheless a part of everyday life for the people who live there. We've seen the severe consequences of breaking these laws, an aspect that underlines the seriousness with which they are enforced. Penalties can range from fines and imprisonment to much harsher punishments, reinforcing the omnipresent control of the state. But perhaps most importantly, we've explored the paradox of North Korea, a place where laws that seem bizarre to us are the norm, and where a unique culture persists despite the challenges it faces. While we may find North Korea's laws strange, they offer a unique glimpse into a world very different from our own. This is Mind Blown X, saying goodbye until our next journey into the unknown.